Yo, what's up guys? In this video, I'm going to look at the 4-game main slate we have for DraftKings tonight. Before we get started, please be sure to hit the like button and make sure you're subscribed as well. So we got right back on track last night, 119.8, made out in all double-ups. And this season, I've been playing 70% cash games, 30% GPPs, and it's just been so profitable. That's why if you go to the website, that's what I suggest to all my customers. And if you follow that strategy, you should have a lot of profit, in a couple weeks, because we've just been crushing cash games lately, except for when our pitcher gets us negative 12. But it's just been a really good stretch, and let's keep it going on this Sunday. So we got a 4-game slate. Pitcher, I'm going Jacob deGrom at 13-4. One of the best pitchers in baseball. He's just been excellent this season. 1.51 ERA, 120 Ks already. He's been excellent at home as well. WHIP is under 1. ERA is just 1.57. And the Dodgers do strike out a lot, and deGrom is just great on both sides of the plate. So I think deGrom pitching at home in the big ballpark, Citi Field, he's an excellent play today at 13-4, just has tons of upside. Second pitcher, I'm going with Jaime Barria at 7,400. He's a bit cheaper than some of these other guys. I can't afford to pay up. It's hard to fit two pitchers above 10,000 in your lineups today. That's why I'm spending down a bit for Barria. He's been pretty good this season. ERA is just 3.57. He has a decent strikeout rate, and he has a good upside. We saw he even pitched excellent in Coors. They got 26 DraftKings points in Coors Field. So he has good upside. He struggled a bit the last couple games, but these are tough matchups in Seattle and Arizona, who's starting to heat up. So I think it's a good spot for him to get back on track. The Blue Jays are not great against righties. They're 23rd in batting average. And Barria's pitching at home in the big ballpark in Anaheim. So it's a great pitcher ballpark. And he does have upside in the mid-20s. So at 7,400, it's a good price tag for him. At first base, I started off with Albert Pujols at 3,600. Now Marcus Stroman is set to make his return from the DL. And he was rocked before he got injured. So we'll see. He's probably not going to throw a lot of pitches. He might throw 70, 80 pitches maybe, tops. But before he got hurt, Stroman was struggling a lot. He was giving up a .455 slugging percentage to each side of the plate. And Albert Pujols is a reverse splits hitter that hits extremely well against righties this stage of his career. This season versus righties, he's hitting .270 with a .451 slugging percentage. Put that in context, against lefties, he's only hitting .185 with a .296 slugging percentage. So a huge drastic difference there, and it's a good price tag. He's only 3,600, hitting cleanup. He's been really solid the last couple of games, has shown his power as well. So I like Pujols a lot at 3,600. Second baseman, let's go Eduardo Nunez at just 3,400. Just a nice salary saver here. If you're paying up for deGrom, you're going to need some cheapies, and Nunez definitely fits that build. He's only 3,400, good upside, and he's another guy that hits righties extremely well. Against righties this season, he's hitting .279 with a .404 slugging percentage. And against lefties, he's only hitting .169 with just a .200 slugging percentage. So definitely looking at the splits helps a lot. So make sure you look at the splits. Don't just assume that a righty hits a lefty better and a lefty hits a righty better, because it just depends on the player a lot of times. And Nunez playing at home against Mike Leake, who's probably going to get rocked in this stadium. I think Nunez is a good play to get some exposure to the Red Sox today. Outfield, let's go Nelson Cruz at 4,800. All right, it's safe to say that Nelson Cruz is on fire. Coming off a 2-home-run game off righties, he hit 2 bombs last night. It's just a great ballpark for him in Fenway. Gets that nice little monster that he can just pop a baseball over. And he's just been excellent. Just so hot the last couple of weeks. He's now hit 5 home runs in his last 10 games. He's hit 20 home runs this season, even though he missed a couple weeks with injury. And he's a lefty killer. We know that Nelson Cruz, throughout his career, has always been a lefty killer, and it's the same case this season. This year against lefties, he's hitting .306 with a .710 slugging percentage. He has 7 home runs and just 62 at-bats. And playing in Fenway, that great big ballpark boost, I see no reason why Nelson Cruz can't have another monster game like he did in the opener against Rodriguez, who has struggled versus right-handed hitters a bit this season, and Cruz, most power of the Mariners from the right side of the plate. And then last but not least, I'm going to go Cole Calhoun at just 33,000. Calhoun made his return from the DL, and he's been pretty solid, really good. Has hit 2 home runs in the 4 games that he's been back, and they said that he worked out a new stance, which might have improved his hitting while he was injured. So if that's the case, that might explain why he's hit 2 home runs in the 4 games that he's returned, and then he's only hit 1 in the 51 games. But I like Calhoun a lot. It's a good matchup, lefty-righty. And Calhoun, he hasn't had a good season this year. But looking at last season, he was a great hitter against righties. He had 14 home runs and had a .402 slugging percentage versus righties. So at home, here you're getting a really cheap hitter that does have power that I think can take Stroman deep. In this one at only 3,000, so I like Calhoun as another cheap salary saver here because Stroman does give up a lot of home runs, even though this isn't a perfect home run ballpark. Calhoun does have good power, so I think he's a good option at 3,000. And it still leaves you with 3,600 left. If you want to join the team, you can visit the website, links in the description. Thanks for watching, I appreciate it, and good luck today.